Slow-mo. Nice takeoff. Goes by the tower awfully close. He may have ticked his toes. Too close for me to tell.
7.5, 7, 60-48 for Vagar. Now we look at Christopher Snow of Great Britain.
Chris is doing a forward 1.5 somersaults with 3 twists, and he's admitted to being fearful off the tower. It's kept him from doing a lot of training in the past. This year he's really been concentrating on trying to get up there more often, and it does show. He does a very nice dive there.
Well, at the rate that they are reacting to these dives, by the time we get to Louganis, you're going to think we're indoors.
Chris goes after this dive with some determination. And look at the way he sucks that splashdown in with him.
8.5, 8, 72-21. Now Kilat of West Germany.
Now he's going to do the same dive that Chris Snow did. He's got a lot longer legs to get around in this 1.5 somersaults with 3 twists. Let's see if he can make it. You see the plexiglass shields up there for the wind.
Oh, nice looking dive.
Yes, he makes it. His feet arch past vertical just a little bit on the bottom. Let's see if we can see this arch past. Take off. Good. Feet right together. That's difficult to do on a twist. Feet go just a little bit towards the other end of the pool.
And now a very important dive for Bruce Kimball, who's fighting for the silver as we look at Killat's scores. And getting a tremendous hand. There's his dad sitting down behind our man with the earphones on. Bruce Kimball, last dive.
Bruce is doing a back 2.5 somersaults pike. He is at a deficit here with his degree of difficulty as compared to the Chinese diver Li Kongqing, and he knows it.
Oh! Wow!
Jack, I don't know.
Look at his daddy.
His dad
That's
knows
my boy. What a dive Bruce Kimball hit. Yes, sir, Bruce.
Bruce is so astute at knowing where he is in the air. He's been practicing these things since he was 3 years old on the trampoline. He is a master at sucking that water down with him.
Oh, and the emotion here really exploding. Look at his teammates back there, all the other competitors. 9.5s, 81-78 for Bruce Kimball.
Their teamwork really shows here. They've all gotten medals in this competition.
Tong Wei of the People's Republic of China.
Forward 1.5 with 3 twists.
Oh!
A nice dive on the finish. He got into that twist a little bit too late and finishes the dive lower than he had to. Let's see if the judges take off for this. Waited just a little bit to wrap up that twist, and his feet bobble.
Well, 8.5s and 9, 74-82 for Tong Wei.
Reverse 1.5 somersaults.
Now Li Kongqing.
3.3.
Now he needs 8s to take the silver medal away from Bruce Kimball.
He's doing a reverse 1.5 somersaults with 3.5 twist. He has
high degree of difficulty.
Yes, higher than Bruce Kimball's. He missed the entry on that.
And his legs were a little apart up top, weren't they?
He was very strong coming off the tower. Yes, you're right, Jack. His legs split as he takes off. And I think the judges are aware of this. We can see it from the side.
7 5s and 8s. That ought to wrap up the silver for Bruce Kimball.
It's a nice dive, but it does rotate past vertical on the end.
There they are. A 6-5 in there. 72. And now to the man, his last dive in these Olympics. He needs 81.92 to break 700 points. Nobody's ever done that. That is the Mount Everest of this sport.
Although he probably will be able to win this competition going away, the pressure is still on him. This is the toughest dive that he can perform on the 10 meter. A reverse 3.5 somersaults.
is getting better and better and better. Greg Louganis is your gold medal winner in great style. 110 in there, 9.5. And he breaks 700, 710.91.
You ought to go out and take a bow. Go take a bow for the crowd.
Greg Louganis. Well, I don't know. There'll be a great argument on who the greatest athlete of these Olympic Games are, but here is certainly one of them. One of the greats of all time. A magnificent athlete, spread-eagling his sport as nobody else has. Taking the bow. All right, let's take another look in slow motion at that last and great dive. A reverse 3.5 somersaults in tuck position. And there it is. The steel feather. Greg Louganis with strength and beauty and grace and perfection. Slipping into the water and into the record books. Final standings, Louganis the gold, Kimball the silver, Lee the bronze, and we'll be back with a word from Bruce Kimball and Greg Louganis in just a moment.
Diving and synchronized.
Well, here you are at last. How high can you go? How far, how fast? Capture the glory on Kodacolor VR films, Kodak's most dazzling color print films ever. Like a brilliant shooting star, reaching for the sky, how you'll shine as time goes by. Kodak, official film of the U.S. track and field team.
Perhaps you've noticed there's a new kind of Sears store in town. A Sears that sells business systems. With names like AT&T, Compaq, IBM, and Apple. Sears support, service, and Sears prices. For example, you can save $500 on this IBM PC package or this Apple Macintosh package. Both backed by a name you've trusted for 98 years. Sears. The Sears for business.
There's more for your life at Sears.
By the way, Jane, how's the diet going?
Pretty well. How's yours?
Well, I'll tell you a secret. Yesterday I had 1,001 calories.
What's the one?
Unicap M. Actually, it's less than 1 calorie. I always take Unicap M when I diet.
Oh.
Well, 1 Unicap M gives me the full U.S. recommended daily allowance of 10 important vitamins and minerals like iron, iodine, copper, and zinc. So I don't have to worry about the ones I might miss on a diet.
So that's your secret.
Not anymore.
Unicap M. Share your diet secret with a friend.
I'd like the most popular home video game system ever.
Ah, the system you want is the Atari 2600.
That's so fast. I want a system that can play hundreds of games.
Oh, then what you want is the Atari 2600.
But I'd like the system that can also play educational games for my children.
Then what you want is the Atari 2600.
Fine, but I want a real low price.
Oh, the Atari 2600 is priced incredibly low.
That's what I want.
The Atari 2600.
Now with its new exciting games at a new low price.
I'm Peter Jennings for ABC's World News Tonight. On Monday, 4 young men who deserted from the Soviet Army while fighting in Afghanistan. Why did they do it? And how was a Soviet conscript treated by his superiors?
We're with you.
We hope you've enjoyed the remarkable gift of Greg Louganis and, of course, Bruce Kimball. Their gold and silver in the platform diving. We're going to be talking with them very shortly. But first of all, you know, a lot of us are concerned about something. Olympic fever is soon to come to an end. Over 180 hours of television will have been devoted to the Games. Spectators here in Los Angeles, home viewers alike, are feeling a certain amount of Olympic withdrawal symptoms. We ask people what they'll do with themselves now that the Games are soon to be over. Here's the responses.
I'm going back to Chicago. I'm going to work, and I'm not going to have any fun. Thank you.
I'm going to Las Vegas after I scalped all these tickets.
Sleeping.
Oh, just sitting down and thinking about what has happened.
Starting next week, we're going to start our own little soccer program back in our own little hometown. And
I'm going back to Atlanta just to have a good time.
I don't know what I'll be doing. After Olympic, they're going to Mexico.
Resting.
I am probably going to be trading pins.
We're going to go and cry a lot next week when it's over. We're going to miss everybody and all of you guys and all of the excitement. It's just been fun.
I am on my way to Dallas, Texas for the Republican convention.
After the Olympics are over, I think I'll be counting my change and hopefully I'll have some money left over.
Staying at home, taking it easy.
I'll probably just watch it on a videotape. Never can get enough of it, I guess. Taking the fence back down.
I think I'll go down to Dallas. Don and OJ are going to be down there. We're going to watch Dallas play Pittsburgh on Thursday night. You can join us if you like. Okay, we're going back out to the diving stadium in Jack Whitaker.
Thank you, Frank Gifford. And as you can see again, the final standings in this thrilling men's 10-meter platform. Greg Louganis scoring more points than any man has ever scored before, gets the gold. Bruce Kimball in a tremendous comeback gets the silver. And Lee of China will get the bronze. Cynthia Potter is with Greg and Bruce now. Cynthia?
Congratulations, Greg and Bruce. You rewrote the record books today. Did you know what was going on up there on your last dive?
I kind of had a feeling, and I tried to block everything out because if I thought about it too much, I would have been too nervous to even jump.
So you were nervous?
Yes, definitely. I was nervous at the beginning, and I started to have fun throughout the contest and just kept dancing. And
what about being the first guy to win both the springboard and the platform since 1928 when Des Ardens did it?
It feels great. It feels wonderful. I had my doubts and all, but, I feel like I was at home, I was doing my homework, and I felt prepared.
You told us you were well trained. Is that the way it felt today?
Definitely. Thanks to Ron O'Brien and everybody at Mission Viejo, they, who helped me, pushed me along, and Bruce always. He's always behind me, pushing me, and we're good for each other.
I believe that. Bruce, congratulations. Tell us about this teamwork today.
Well, I think together we had a good diving order because I was first and I was able to put a little bit of pressure on the Chinese. And Greg brought up the rear and did some amazing diving today.
Well, you certainly didn't let up today. What do you think was the key to your performance?
Well, I just concentrated on what I was doing. I thought, being ahead of the Chinese in the order, I couldn't really worry about what they were doing. So I thought, just put 10 good dives together and see what happens.
Well, you certainly put the pressure on them together. We kind of like to know what your plans are from here. Are you going to the Outdoor Nationals?
Definitely. I said that I'm going to go, and I'm going. So I'll be there in a week and a half.
Good deal. What about you, Bruce?
I sure will. I'll be there along with them.
So we're going to see another basic duel at the Outdoor Nationals between Greg Louganis, the greatest diver of all time, and Bruce Kimball, the challenger. Back to you, Jack.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. And that is the story here. We had some tremendous diving competition and one of the great stars. And there are the finals once again. Watching Greg Louganis, Frank, was a lot like watching you play football those years ago. Back to you.
It was a lot of years ago, too, Jack. It was an absolutely superb performance by both Greg and Bruce Kimball. And Lee, of course, of China, getting the bronze medal. Shortly, we're going back to our live coverage of equestrian show jumping. And when we come back, right after this message, Chris Schenkel will update us on what's been happening.
Just the sight of a beefy quarter pounder has been making me hungry all day. We grill them up with melted cheese, then I've got to send them away. I can smell them, I can make them up McDonald's style. Thinking about that great taste is driving me wild. Pour me a Coke to take home, this quarter pounder's my own. It's a good time for the great taste.
Bring your work home again, Tom?
Of McDonald's.
When the sun goes down, the Levi's coats come out. That's what the night is all about. Yeah, they're soft, warm, and colorful. They light up the night with colors made for nocturnal mood. Levi's coats shining in the shadows. Levi's coats, that's what the night is all about.
John, we're impressed with your deferred compensation.
Your disability income and your pension plans.
However, Northwestern Mutual can tailor better business programs for our executives.
You're going with the quiet company?
We are.
Check, please.
Our customized business plans. Another leadership innovation available only from agents with Northwestern Mutual Life, the quiet company.
They're a tough act to follow.
I know.
The CFA is college football at its finest. Action kicks off September 8th at 9 p.m. with a barn burner as Heisman candidate Doug Flutie and Boston College battle Ray Perkins' Alabama Crimson Tide. On the 15th, national powers collide as the Oklahoma Sooners square off against the mighty Pitt Panthers. And on the 29th, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take tradition and toughness to the field when they meet Missouri, the class of '84. CFA college football only on ABC.
Watermore moving in quickly along the rail. And the leader is now Freya's Worsh. Riders up.
The thoroughbreds are running through September 12th, where the turf meets the surf at Del Mar. So better make hay while the sun shines.
Don't miss the excitement at Del Mar, racing daily except Tuesday through September 12th.
Into stride, Rutherwood and Rush to Power right there.
Hi, I'm Andy Granatelli. I run Tune Up Masters. While we're famous for tuning up millions of cars, a lot of people don't know we also do lube, oil, and oil filter changes. All for one guaranteed low price of $19.05 for all cars, vans, and pickups. So bring your car in for a lube, oil, and oil filter change. And while you're Tune Up Masters, get a tune-up for one guaranteed low price of only $49.95 for all cars. You'll love Tune Up Masters, or my name isn't Andy Granatelli.
Exercise and hypertension on Nightcast.
The games of the 23rd Olympiad. Brought to you by Nissan, builders of high-mileage, high-quality cars and trucks for 50 years, available at your Datsun dealer. Light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. And Levi Strauss & Company, official outfitter of the U.S. Olympic team and the 1984 Olympic Games.
We're back again at Santa Anita Racetrack in Arcadia, California on a hot, bright day. It's the finale event at the equestrian venue, the individual show jumping. Back for the second round, Bill Stein-Kraus. And what a battle we have with only 2 clear rounds in the first test that these riders have faced today.
It's a real thriller, Chris, and we've got then 5 riders with 4 faults, among them 2 riders from the United States. So all 3 United States riders are very much in the hunt for the medals. We have a very big course. The second course is shorter, but it's bigger. There are only 10 fences. Most of the fences are different fences this time. The heart of this course starts with the 3rd fence, which is an enormous oxer. And let me show you the way it looked when I walked it just a few minutes ago.
All right, joining Bill Stein-Kraus now on the course earlier, the second round course.
First big question on this course is, can you jump a big oxer? It's fence number 3. I'm 5'10". As I step up to this oxer, you can see it somewhere up around 5'6", 5'7", and it's spread 6'3". If you can answer that question successfully, you go on to the 3 combination.
Thank you.
The 3 combination starts straightforwardly enough. The wall isn't all that big. The distance from the wall to the oxer isn't all that big, but there's water underneath the oxer. A lot of horses won't know that until they jump in. They jump in, take a good stride, 1, 2, 3, 4. They can jump it from here if they don't mind the water. And if they jump that one, they've got another water following. The distance again is okay. It's 2 strides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. But they're Liverpools, there's water underneath, they're big fences, and that's a serious question to ask these horses. Now let's see what the last combination looks like. The final combination is just a great big 2 combination. It starts over that same redwood triple bar, but that's about 5'6" now, and it's spread 7'2". The distance inside is a pretty nice distance. Let's walk it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're in a perfect spot. It's about a 25-foot distance. But this is 5'3". If you override anything in order to jump the triple bar, very likely you could have this fence down. So this is the last big question on the course, and it's a serious one.
Course designer Bert Denemethy. 10 fences or obstacles, 13 jumping efforts for the horses who have not seen this course. The riders have had the opportunity to walk it, as Bill Steinkraus just did, so they know what it's like, but how will the horses react?
The medal presentation ceremonies for the 10-meter platform diving competition. Greg Louganis, of course, has already been presented with the gold, and Bruce Kimball with the silver. And now Li Kongjeng of China will get the bronze.
Winner of the bronze medal, representing the People's Republic of China.
And as most of these ceremonies have been, a little tear are falling on the platform. As Greg Louganis becomes the first man since 1928 to win the gold medal in platform and in the springboard. Congratulations now for all around. And now, the national anthem of the United States.
Mesdames, Messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'exécution de l'hymne national des États-Unis d'Amérique.
A tearful, joyous, happy Greg Louganis, who has made Olympic history here at the diving pool at USC. All right, that's it. The diving competition has been concluded. We will have live coverage of the equestrian events, show jumping, when we return in just a moment.
We are champion. We grow and harvest trees. We make paper. We make packaging. We make building products. We're proud of our products and of the people who make them. Years before employee involvement became fashionable, thousands of champion employees volunteered to form involvement teams to use their own creativity in our company's pursuit of excellence.
Champion hires people. Along with them comes a brain at no extra charge.
Involvement teams find solutions to production, administration, and quality control problems.
It opens up a line of communications from the bottom man in the corporation straight to the top.
When you feel better about your job, you make a better product.
Involvement has been so successful, business managers come to see the results from all over the world.
I take pride
glad and been a part of this company.
We are champion, planting seeds for the future.
The Olympians, that tough breed of steel-belted radials from Kmart, warranted to go the distance. Made by Uniroyal, Olympian's aggressive European all-season tread takes every grueling mile in stride and warranted for every mile. The Olympian for 60,000 miles, the Olympian 2, 45,000 miles. Go with the Olympians by Uniroyal, priced by Kmart and tough in the long run.
As a water polo player, we have these marathon workouts over the weekend. And usually by the time you get done with that, you're pretty hungry.
Snickers satisfies you.
I like having a Snickers bar because they're filling. They sort of hold me over. They get rid of that hollow feeling in my stomach.
Packed with fresh peanuts, peanut butter nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate.
Satisfies you.
Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
I don't really think you could crowd any more peanuts into a Snickers bar.
Official snack food of the 1984 Olympic Games.
All this week, a driving test that could save your life on Good Morning America.
Right now on the course in the second round, and what could be the deciding round in the individual Grand Prix jumping, this is Gerardo Tazer of Mexico. The optimum time is 80 seconds over the water jump, and now a double at the end of this 10 obstacle or fence course with 13 jumping efforts, well within the time, only one knockdown, 4 penalty points to go along with his 12 this morning. So that gives him a total of, he has 8 on this round. That gives him a total of 20 points, Bill. And as we have seen, the 11th rider of 27 who made it into the second round, 25 plus ties. Our best round is 4 thus far, and that was Peter Luther of West Germany on Livius.
Yes, I really thought Gerardo was going to have a clear round. Let's see what happened to him in the 2 combination. He really checked quite strongly coming into it. His horse just kind of dropped down and took a bad stride, landed out of stride, and had them both down for a score of 8 and a total of 20.
He leaves the course now. Tazer of Mexico, a total of 20. Second round of 2 rounds, individual Grand Prix jumping. The team competition has ended, the United States winning the gold. But starting this morning, there were 51 riders from 21 nations that accepted the challenge. They then cut the field at 25 in ties, which met 27. And quickly the scoring, it's very simple. That's why this is such a beautiful and popular form of competition around the world. A knockdown is 4. First refusal is 3, second 6, third is elimination. So here you can knock down a fence, you can get your feet in the water, Bill, too, because we do have a wide spread on the water jump.
That's quite correct. And here we have, starting on course, a horse that I really like, maybe a horse that's a year or 2 short of really being in his best games form, Big Ben, ridden by Ian Miller of Canada. Ian is really one of the nicest riders in the world. His horses go so beautifully for him. This is a big, strong horse who looks like he's got plenty of Olympic scope. It wouldn't surprise me to see him jump the first clear round of the second course.
Peter Luther with 1 knockdown or 4 penalty points. The best round thus far. Here's what they call the Beverly Hills Oxer. Too much.
Big Ben got a little bit too close to that near rail and had it down. That's a big oxer. You have to ride the approach right on the nose to have a chance to jump it cleanly.
Optimum time of 80 seconds. Time really doesn't matter that much, but if we have a jump off in case of ties for medals, then they race against the clock. That could happen today, right, Bill?
Very easily could. Ian had a block out of the wall, so that's another 4 faults. He's now working on 8. But they seed these horses so that they're in the reverse order of their standing coming into this last round. And that means the leading horses go last. And we will be biting our fingernails, Chris, right down to the last horse to go.
Several countries really represented, a tie for the lead with no faults in the first round. Michael Whitaker of Great Britain and Joe Fargas of the United States. 5 were tied with only 1 knockdown. Conrad Homfeld, the United States, Bruno Candrian of Switzerland, Mario Delorier of Canada, Melanie Smith of the USA, and Heidi Robiane. So it's a total of 8 penalty points on this, the second round, and final for him, a total of 20. San Gabriel Mountains in the background. We're at Santa Anita, second round of individual Grand Prix.
one knows what a child will grow up to be. But whatever it is, it takes a lot of energy to guide and encourage him to strive for excellence. And it's excellence that leads to success. That's why for 20 years, ARCO, Atlantic Richfield, has helped children pursue excellence with the ARCO Jesse Owens Games, a track program for youngsters who just love to run, jump, dash, and a program that inspires those youngsters whose goal is to run, jump, and dash in the Olympics. That's why ARCO is an official sponsor of the Los Angeles Olympics. Because ARCO is committed to using its energy to help our children become the best they can be.
And the gold medal winner from the United States of America is...
ARCO. We put our energy into excellence.
Dad, which side this Crispix cereal is the crispiest, the rice or the corn?
The corn, son.
How do you know, Dad?
Because we're from Iowa, son.
I think the rice side is the crispiest.
Hogwash.
But Crispix is supposed to be good and crispy on both sides.
Both sides are real crispy. Tasty, too. But around here, everybody knows which side's the crispiest.
The rice, definitely.
The rice.
Kellogg's Crispix is crispy times 2.
For Lipton Iced Tea Mix with NutraSweet, here's Chris Everett Lloyd.
You know, the hardest part of playing tennis is getting in shape to play. And part of that is watching what I eat and drink. That's why I love this Lipton Iced Tea Mix. No sugar, no saccharin. It's got NutraSweet. NutraSweet has a natural taste of sugar, but it's not an artificial sweetener like saccharin. It's my favorite part of staying fit.
Lipton Iced Tea Mix. No sugar, no saccharin.
You'll love the goodness and the taste.
Moving quickly on the course is Pierre Durand of France and his 9-year-old French-bred and beautiful Japalou. He has 2 knockdowns, 8 to go with his 12 of the morning. Clear at the water jump, going now to the double. He showed us that the gelding bred in France can really move because he was well under the optimum time of 80 seconds, but 2 knockdowns and 8, that gives him a total of 20. Our leaders here are 2 riders, Michael Whitaker and Joe Fargis, who this morning had 2 clear rounds. 5 were tied with 1 knockdown. Robiani, Homfeld, Cadrian, Delorier, and Melanie Smith, the lady from Tennessee, now riding out of Litchfield, Connecticut. Charming person. Let's go up close and personal.
There are 2 athletes here, equestrian Melanie Smith and her horse Calypso. Why does a young woman devote so much of her time, practically a lifetime, to riding and training a horse to be the best? The days, the months, the years of practice. Why?
Riding for the U.S. team in the Olympics is just a dream I've had since I was very young, and a lot of people say it's not really worth it because actually it's only 1 or 2 minutes out of your whole life when you actually get to the Olympics. But to me, that 1 minute of riding in the Olympic Games is really worth all the practice and all the struggle to get there.
Getting there has taken Melanie halfway around the world, and as she went, her fame grew. In 1978, she was named Rider of the Year. She made the 1980 Olympic team. But as we know now, getting there is not always being there. She manages the care and feeding of the 4-legged investments at Windrush Farms. Calypso works there, too. She's also an account executive for a New Jersey computer firm. Top division show jumping is done on something called the Grand Prix circuit. In this Grand Prix, all the fast cars are in the parking lot, and the horsepower in the stadium is on the hook. Prize money is big because sponsorship is big. Names like Mercedes-Benz and Rolex. But for some of the athletes, victory means a nice warm jacuzzi, a rub down, and maybe an extra bale of sweet hay. This Currier and Ives setting belongs to Litchfield, Connecticut. Quite a contrast with the gentle southern farms of Germantown, Tennessee, where Melanie was born and bred. The United States Equestrian Association keeps a close watch on athletes and their winnings, like expensive cars and jewelry. The association is particularly image conscious, and amateur status is strictly adhered to in this growing sport.
If I can help in any way being an ambassador and emissary for our sport, then then I would like to do that, just to be able to help our sport sort of come out of the shadows a bit. I had a wonderful background as a child because I was raised on a farm, and we had sort of two of everything. It was sort of like Noah's Ark. And I just rode anything that had to have 4 legs. That was the one requirement. My very first pony that my grandfather gave me when I was 3 years old, her name was White Wind. And that was where it all began. And I just spent all my days riding that pony. And she would put her head down to eat grass, and I'd tumble off over her head. And I'd get back up, and I'd scramble back on, and I'd tumble off again. My grandfather always told me the more times you fall off, the better rider you'll become. So I never worried. I'd just get back on, and I'd keep trucking away. But I have wonderful memories about my first pony.
In the Bible, the book of Job asks, "Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? He swallows the ground with fierceness and rage."
Okay, Jack Whitaker and the San Gabriel Mountains in the background, and the ring for competition as it's been throughout these Olympic Games at Santa Anita. 250 by almost 600 feet is that vast arena, which included show jumping and dressage of the 3-day test, also the dressage individual and team, and now the last event, individual Grand Prix show jumping. This rider from Japan just went, Seiuchi Toki. Watch.
Trying to emulate the performance of his countryman who won a gold medal here in 1932, Baron Takaishi Nishi. But this was not a day for Japan today.
1 refusal, 3 penalty points. But he came back another time, refused, 1 more time, elimination. Those are the rules. Very simple in the sport of Grand Prix show jumping, Bill. So off he goes, and up comes Timmy Grubb. Oh, yes. We love Linky.
Linky's a nice horse. He's been training in the United States. Timmy lives here most of the year because he's married to a former American show jumper, Michelle McAvoy. And he shows on the Florida circuit and on the East Coast. His training has been very good because with this nice horse, he was able to jump a clear round in the Nations Cup. He had 8 1/4 faults over the first course today. And he's in the hunt, really, well, that hurts a little bit. That big oxer has to be approached absolutely perfectly or the horses can't jump it. We haven't, in fact, had a clear round yet over course B, although I think the riders walking course B felt it didn't present quite as sophisticated challenges as the course A that Berthelon de Nemeth had created.
First round this morning, course A. Now the second round.
You see why I like him so much, Chris?
Oh, sure.
He really is a nice horse. And he's got a wonderful attitude.
They fit well together. Timmy Grubb of Great Britain, 8 1/4 the first round. Now he has 1 knockdown. Rubs or touches do not count, remember. 10 obstacles, 13 jumping efforts, optimum time 80 seconds. In the event of a tie for any of the 3 medals, at the end of this all, there will be a jump off, time jump off, water clear. Now the double at the end. Just knocks the rail off, Bill, and that's 8. Make it 9 because of time penalties. And it's a total of 9 plus 8 1/4, 17 1/4 for Timmy Grubb. We have about 12 more riders to go, and we get to the good ones. Those even without faults this morning. We'll be back after this.
The most earth-shattering dig-dug.
Super System.
The most realistic joust.
Super System.
Pole position at its hair-raising best.
Super System.
Only on the Atari 5200 Super System. Now at its lowest price ever. Real sports baseball.
You're out.
2,600 games. The adapter plays them all. The Atari 5200 Super System and all the exciting new games now at a new low price.
Super System.
The last unknown region of the human mind is about to be explored. The world of your dreams. The passion. The nightmare. The mystery. When you close your eyes, the adventure begins. Dreamscape, rated PG-13, starts Wednesday at a selected theater near you.
Nissan 300ZX. Turbo. Looks fast.
The Nissan 300ZX is major motion, even standing still.
What's that for? Speeding. Oh.
Come alive, come and drive. Major motion from Nissan.
At your Datsun dealer.
My mommy and daddy, they died. Now I live with George and Catherine.
Sweet dreams, darling.
Sometimes at night, I miss my folks. And that's when I'm really glad I've got George and Catherine. They make me happy.
Webster's back with you this Friday.
We're with you on ABC with you.
To me, businesses are like buildings. No two are exactly alike. I've got my own style of architecture, my own style of doing business. It's not like anyone else's, because it's mine.
Welcome to California Business on the Move. Welcome to the Pacific Bell Network. We're here to help you choose from the widest array of communication services in the world, and then tailor a system to fit the exact way you do business. Whether you want teleconferencing to save time and travel costs, whether you want to move text, graphics, data, or just do business with a personal touch.
Great job, Phil.
We're here to deliver your information.
When I've got the information I need, I can run projects anywhere without leaving this office.
Welcome to California Business on the Move. Welcome to the Pacific Bell Network of Services. We're here to help make your business better.
Visit the San Diego Hall of Champions in Balboa Park.
Here at Santa Anita in the final day, final equestrian competition, we have 10 riders left. And this is one of them from France. 30-year-old Frédéric Cotier. Flambeau Say, a 13-year-old chestnut gelding, French bred. Coming in with 8 penalty points. In the hunt.
In the hunt, this is a very clean jumper, a very, very beautiful horse. Was already a member of the 1982 World Championship team. So you know that Flambeau Say with Frédéric Cotier is no slouch.
Remember, we have a tie after the first round between Joe Fargas of the United States, Michael Whitaker. Clear rounds, then 5 tied with only 1 knockdown earlier today.
Good start for Flambeau Say. Flambeau had a water jump problem in the morning, and the water is in this same afternoon course. I wonder if anything will change.
Now the Beverly Hills Oxer. Biggest problem thus far?
A little bit bad. It's a very big fence.
And that's the one you described on your course walk, Bill, and showed us the spread and the height.
Well, I would like to have gotten right in the middle of it, actually, but I would have disappeared if you tried to look for me with a camera, Chris. It's a very big oxer. Not as big as the one we had at Mexico in 1968, but it's still big enough. Look at what a nice horse this is, though. You see how he comes through the 3 combination, which is also not small, and makes it look easy.
Only 4 penalty points now for Frédéric Cotier of France, coming in with 8. Total of 12 now at number 7. Now turning toward the wall, and then the water jump that Bill was talking about.
Will he jump the water this time? Yes, well clear of it this time. Oh, boy.
Beautiful. Only the second round with 9 riders to go that have done it with one knockdown. Frédéric Cotier. The heavy hitters are coming up here at Santa Anita, and we'll be back for them.
The games of the 23rd Olympiad. Brought to you by the Coca-Cola Company
and the people in your town who bring you delicious, refreshing Coca-Cola. At the 1984 Olympic Games, Coke is it. Arco, Atlantic Richfield Company. We're proud to have funded the new Olympic competition track and to be an official sponsor of the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. Team Xerox, the right products and the right people all working together. And local McDonald's restaurants, who join together to build the Olympic Swim Stadium.
It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Ow! It's a good time for the great taste. Gotta get a bite. Gotta get going to just one place. Got a McDonald's appetite. Going for McNuggets, Coke, Big Mac, quarter pounder fries, keep calling you back. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Good time. Great taste. Good time. Great taste. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste. It's a good time for the great taste, taste of McDonald's. Let's go!
On a clear round through 4 fences, the great Paul Schackermüller of West Germany. A longtime partner is Deister, the 13-year-old gelding. Oh, there's the first fence down, 4 faults.
Just sat on that rail a little bit. This is a wonderful combination of horse and rider. Twice European champions, 3 times winner of the Grand Prix of Aachen. But I think that Paul thought coming to Los Angeles that this was going to be his year for an Olympic gold. Sadly, it's not to be.
His brother Alvin winning the gold at Montreal. We were there to cover it at those games. 76 over the water and clear there. So now, Bill, we have 2 riders with 2 rounds that have 12 faults. Frederic Cotier and Paul Schackermüller. We'll be back after this.
Take your brother with you. Coke for the big times, for the small, it's for the times you're feeling 10 feet tall. Oh, Coke is it. It's the one you grow up with. It's the real cola taste. With the lift, with the light, to put a smile on your face. Coke is it. Coke.
United Airlines presents daily service to Hong Kong and daily service to Tokyo. With 7 flights a week to Hong Kong and 7 flights a week to Tokyo. With United's all-new 3-class Royal Pacific service. United Airlines to Hong Kong and to Tokyo. Fly a friend to the Far East.
Only 8 riders in individual Grand Prix jumping in the second round are left. We now move to a rider that this morning had only 5 1/4 penalty points. Luis Astolfi of Spain.
Chris, I would say this was the only real surprise of the morning round. Luis had not gone that well in the Nations Cup. He had no less than 56.5 faults in the Nations Cup, but he jumped an excellent round this morning. And he's in a position now to put some pressure on these big shots that follow, because the real heavy hitters of our sport are to come last.
Clean at the Beverly Hills Oxer. Now to the sailboat. We have 5 combinations that are tied at 4. We have 2 riders, Joe Fargis and Michael Whitaker, who this morning had clear rounds. The only 2 out of a field of 51. The best thus far, 2 rides of 4 penalty points.
Oh boy, what a beautiful jump he made over the middle fence, but he had to reach a little bit too much for the last one and couldn't quite jump it. So it's 4 faults so far for Luis Astolfi. Spain has 2 riders going late. The United States has 3 riders going late.
Switzerland has 2 going late. And Great Britain 1. 2 women in that group. Heidi Robiani and Melanie Smith. Clear at the water. Final double.
The last fence falls. He also has half a time fault, giving him a total of 8.5 for this round and 13 3/4 overall.
We'll be back.
The results are number 100.
In the spring of 1982, Dean Witter went against the Wall Street crowd by predicting a bull market when most advised caution. Our advice was unusual, and for those who listened, unusually profitable. Dean Witter can't promise that events back then guarantee the future, but we can suggest you see us now, about the market now, because right this minute, Dean Witter is worth asking about.
Skill, pride, know-how. We don't have to be the best, to build the best. At General Motors, it takes continuous training. Get the best people from the line. Give them the best tools, robots, computers. Teach them the new technology. They pass every test, so our new cars will pass yours. Nobody sweats the details like GM.
This has been a sellout for months. The individual Grand Prix final, the second round, and with His Excellency Juan Antonio Samaranch, President of the International Olympic Committee, watching here at Santa Anita Park. Here is 37-year-old Luis Alvarez Cervera. He had a good morning, only 4 1/4 points, Bill.
Had a very, very long and a very, very good career in show jumping. He goes way back into my era. He's been 6 times his national champion, the first time in 1967, so he's no beginner in this sport. Let's see if he can jump this bogey oxer. Almost. He jumped it in front, Chris, but the hind end just dragged a little bit and took it down.
Slight breather at 4, which is the sailboat, 10 fences. Actually 13 jumping efforts with a double and a triple. Triple coming up. The double is at the very end. Shorter course than this morning.
Shorter and a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit less complex, but it's been very, very difficult to jump without falls. We haven't had the first clear round yet, Chris.
No.
How long did it?
4 at this point. Number 7.
80 seconds to get around the course. Luis had fractional time faults in the first round, and maybe he will again. He's not going very rapidly.
Water. Explosive at the beginning. Now the double. All right, there's the third 1 knockdown round here in the second. And at this point, we have only 7 riders remaining. So the medal battle is about to begin. We'll be back.
Right now, your body's thirsty for more than water.
You're working your body till you can't do more. Gatorade is thirsty, so give your body what it's thirsty for. Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
When you exercise, you lose potassium, fluids, minerals. Gatorade helps put them back fast. It's no ordinary thirst quencher.
Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
You're looking at the Dick Van Patens back in 1960. Here we are now. Look at the size of these guys. That's why we love our new Olds Delta 88. There's room for these 6-footers to stretch out. And how many roomy cars look this stylish? The Olds Delta 88 is the family car that didn't forget the family.
There is a special feel in an Oldsmobile.
In the equestrian sport, men and women have been competing on equal terms since 1952. In the field of 51, here's one of 2 women, Heidi Robiani of Switzerland, and she has a mare that Bill and I have fallen in love with. Her name is Jessica.
Irish bred mare. We sure like to have her in our barn. Yes, in fact, Chris, men and women have been competing together for decades, but it took a long time to convince the U.S. Olympic Committee, or the International Olympic Committee, I should say, that it was all right for them to do so in the Olympic Games.
First fence of 10. She has only 4 penalty points. Morning round, along with 4 others. Then there were 2 with clear rounds. The Oxer.
She asked for just an enormous jump. That was a little bit too far to stand back at an Oxer that big. I must say that Jessica still almost made it.
Irish-bred Jessica. Heidi from Switzerland.
Look at what she can do with her legs. Oh, boy, do I love this mare. I think she's just marvelous.
There are a couple of more coming up, too, Bill, in this medal battle right now in the Grand Prix show jumping.
There is no horse in this last bunch that doesn't have just a lot of class. When we say touch of class, who goes next to last, they all these horses have just class sticking out all over.
Clear at the water. Now the double and the end. So Heidi Robiani of Switzerland has delighted this capacity crowd. Starting on Tuesday in the team competition. Yes. Only 1 knockdown, 4 to go along with their other 4. So, as we say in golf, she's the leader in the clubhouse.
That's right, Chris.
A total of 8. Heidi Robiani, 33 years old. And the big cheer goes up for the other woman in this field. Here is Heidi and Jessica.
This mare jumped this combination so fabulously. Look what she does in the air over the second fence. Heidi calls on her, and she looks as if she's jet propelled. It's a fantastic performance.
And now the fans here in the arena are calling on Melanie Smith and Calypso to do their very best. 4 penalty points first round. Melanie with a clear round in team competition, that helping her team to win the gold, the first ever. And now here she is. Bill, the pressure is on.
Melanie is a survivor of a good many pressure cookers, Chris. She really is a marvelous rider under pressure because she doesn't let the pressure get to her. She just goes out and does her thing. And her thing is plenty good enough. It has been so good enough to win the World Cup finals in 1982. She's had such a wonderful relationship with Calypso. Not that she doesn't ride every other horse that she rides very well, but this is a really remarkable combination of horse and rider. They have such tremendous mutual confidence. Let's see how she fares today.
Melanie has said that Calypso, that 11-year-old Dutch bred, is intelligent thus far.
Oh boy, is he smart. He's by Lucky Boy, a famous stallion. I hope this is his lucky day. Just tick that big Oxer on the way up. The cups are shallower than they used to be in the Olympic Games, so that horses will not run a risk of injury.
Now that's a total of 8, which equals Heidi Robiani, but Melanie's got a long way to go on this round. Touches and rubs don't count, remember. Knockdown, refusals, or falls. Now coming to number 7.
She had the water in the first round, and I wonder how she'll ride it this time. Ordinarily, Calypso's been a pretty decent water jumper. Yeah, she jumps it with a feet to spare. She'd love to have that one from the morning back again, I'm sure.
And on the very last fence, a rail goes down, and for Melanie Smith, 2 knockdowns, 8 to go along with her 4 of the morning, 12. We'll be back.
8 faults in the second round.
When Lotus introduced 1-2-3 software, it became the talk of the business world. And 1-2-3 quickly took its rightful place at the top of the PC software sales charts. But people said,
Lotus, what are you doing for an encore?
Lotus announces Symphony. 1-2-3 and new Symphony software from Lotus. One great idea after another.
At Arco, Atlantic Richfield, we believe ingenuity is necessary to achieve excellence, and that excellence leads to success. So to increase America's domestic oil reserves, Arco pumps hot water deep beneath Alaska's North Slope, unlocking hard-to-get-at oil. Ingenuity. It's often the unexpected solution that solves those unsolvable problems. Arco, we put our energy into excellence, and this year we're also putting it into the Los Angeles Olympics.
There are 5 riders left for gold, silver, and bronze here in the second round individual Grand Prix jumping. From Canada, Mario Delorier on Aramis, coming in with 4 penalty points.
This is a real heavy hitter. It's a young man and a great big strong horse, and when he hits them, they go out of the park. You see, he jumped that oxer, and he jumped it without even grunting very hard. He's a fabulous horse. That's how he won the World Cup final this year.
And only a 7-year-old, and the rider is only 19 years old, from Bromont, where we had the competition for the 76 games.
That's what they call high, wide, and handsome.
We have 2 other riders to go next with 4 penalty points. That's what Mario had coming in. He is clear up to this point in the second round. Oh, and in the last moment, 7 goes down, and it's 4 for Delorier of Canada.
He was maybe a little bit too casual about that fence, which hasn't come down often in this round. Still working on a good score, because 8's the best we've had so far. 4 faults for a total of 8 to tie Heidi Robiani.
That's where it stands right now, 2 with 8. We have Kadrian, Homfeld, Farges, and Whitaker to go.
For the second round, total.
Whether you're out in the country or down in the town, there's a new way of living, and it's getting around. GMC, a truck you can live with.
Whether you're taking your family or going alone, there's a great way to get there. Come on and make it your own. GMC, a truck you can live with.
There'll be 50,000 people here tomorrow. The Office Automation Expo. This company is big in computers. They're just announcing their first system. But one company has it all right now. Professional workstations, electronic printers, file servers, and they can all work together. They've already installed more than 800 networks worldwide. What puts this company ahead of the others? Teamwork.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is real medal competition. 4 riders left, 3 medals to be presented. We're looking at Bruno Kadrian of Switzerland, coming in with 4 penalty points.
What a thrilling moment for him, because this really is, for 4 riders in a row, a moment of truth. The big question's proving to be this third oxer. It's just an enormous fence, and if you don't have it down in front, you have it down behind. Very, very few horses has jumped it cleanly.
And now the triple. Kadrian of Switzerland.
Jumps the treble beautifully. An experienced rider, 47 years old. His credentials go way, way back to 68 Olympic Games. 8 is the best we've had thus far, and he's working on a total of 8, carrying forward 4 from the first round.
2 with 8, Robiani and Delorier of Canada.
Still clear count, no, with 4 to the last 2 fences, and he jumped them cleanly to end with a total of 8, tying with Heidi Robiani, his country person, and Mario Delorier of Canada.
Now, a 3-way tie there at 8, and yet to come next, Conrad Homfeld of the United States and Abdullah, 4 penalty points. Then Joe Farges of the United States, 0. Clear around this morning. Then the last, Michael Whitaker of Great Britain, no penalty points. And the cheer now goes up for the beautiful gray horse named Abdullah. Conrad Homfeld, 32 years old, Petersburg, Virginia. 1 knockdown in the morning round, a clear round during team competition, which cinched it for the United States, getting their first gold. And here he is now, medal possibility, because remember, there are 3 tied with 8. after 2 rounds. Conrad with only 4 penalty points, 1 knockdown in the first round. As he looks around and heads toward the first fence, Bill.
Well, if experience counts for anything and the ability to withstand pressure, Conrad is in a pretty good spot. His experience on the U.S. Equestrian team goes way back into my era. He was on the team with me that won the Nations Cup at Aachen in 1970. And he's made very quickly a wonderful relationship with this beautiful Trakehner stallion. Here's this critical fence. Can he jump the oxer with him?
Yes.
Oh, my heavens, how perfectly he rode that. There was a marvelous dynamic to the approach. That's been the most critical fence here. How badly Conrad wants to jump a clear round. It'll be the first clear round of this course, and put the pressure on the riders that follow.
The last of the triple, clear. Conrad Holmfeld of the United States, 4 penalty points coming in, over 6.
And what a stylist. He's giving a riding lesson at the same time.
Really is.
He's going for broke, and he's going for broke in the most beautiful style you can imagine. I mean, people when working hunter classes not going as stylishly as he's going over this enormous course. A little risky there.
The water.
He
Now
pulls up.
2 fences.
And it's the first
clear
round. And
no knockdowns, no time penalties. Conrad Holmfeld now puts the pressure on the last 2 riders. Joe Fargus, his partner in a farm in Virginia, and Michael Whitaker of Great Britain. These are the medal performances. None better than Conrad Holmfeld, and the fans are standing. Abdullah and Holmfeld. The United States with a team gold in the 3-day event, a team gold in show jumping, a silver in 3-day, are now shooting for their first gold medal in Grand Prix or their second rather, with Bill Steinkraus. We just saw a 4-up on the board. I don't understand why. We'll have to get a clarification of it, Bill.
The 4 was the total score.
Okay, well, we hope so, because we noticed some fluctuation out there. But there you see our correct graphic. A total of 4 leading. Now, our next 2 riders and horses, they had clear rounds this morning on a little longer course with more fences, more requests for jumping. But now there are 10 fences, 13 jumping efforts. And here's that other mare that Bill and I truly appreciate. Touch of Class is her name. She's 11 years old, 16 hands. At the withers or shoulders. And aboard is Joe Fargus.
Right. She's not a very big mare, and he's a big, tall person. But you ought to see the way he folds up on her. He jumps in his beautiful style as Conrad Holmfeld does. And I must say, I know that it's not right to root, but I'm tired of being the only individual gold medalist, Chris.
Bill Steinkraus, 1968 individual gold at the Mexico City Games. First ever.
Big fence for this little mare. Ridden perfectly again. Ridden just perfectly. That's been the trickiest part of this course, but there are a lot of fences to jump yet.
Like the triple coming up. Looks like so little room between the 3 fences. Watch.
She jumps in very carefully.
2 rubs, but no knockdown.
Oh, marvelously ridden.
And 6.
Little rub there. She's feeling her fences more than she was earlier in the competition, but nothing has come down yet. Oh, heavens. This wall comes down easily. They all come down so easily, Chris. It puts your heart in your throat.
Now the water. Little mare made it with now the last 2 fences. 1 more. Oh, and at the end, now we have a tie. His partner, Conrad Holmfeld, with 4, who just finished. Now, Joe Fargas of the United States with 4. And the last rider is from Great Britain, Bill. And he had a clear round this morning like Fargas. Let's check it here as we come to the final combination.
Well, she jumped in wonderfully, and she's a little bit careless sometimes with the hind end and dragged the rail down with that.
It's very simple. If Michael Whitaker has a clear round, the last rider, he wins the gold medal. Then there is a tie at this point for the silver. 2 United States riders, Homfeld and Fargas. But Michael Whitaker, the youngest of the 2 Whitaker brothers, has 10 fences, 13 jumping efforts ahead of him. Fargas leaves with that knockdown and 4 total points. So it's come right down to this final ride for the gold, at least, Bill Steinkraus.
Couldn't be any more exciting, and that's the way the formula works. It all comes down to the last horse.
If he should knock down 1 fence, we will have a jump-off.
3-way jump-off.
3-way jump-off for the gold. And we do have a couple of riders with 8s. 3, in fact. Gets hairy now as we look at this 24-year-old man from Stockport, Cheshire, riding Overton Amanda, another mare, 10 years old, bred in England.
Winner of the George Fifth Cup 2 years ago. He's been under pressure before, but I don't know that he's ever been under pressure quite to rival what's happening
Bill,
now.
when you were in Mexico City, you had a clear first round, along with Marion Coates of Great Britain. Then the second round came, such as Whitaker and Fargas. Now to the second.
This wonderful mare. And Michael doesn't change his riding style. He's just going to do his thing. Look at her good, keen, alert expression. She rubs it behind, but it doesn't come down.
Now the sailboat. This round is for the gold medal.
Coming to that tough triple.
Now we have a 3-way tie. No, a 2-way tie between the 2 United States riders. Bill.
That was disaster for Michael Whitaker. Poor Michael. I really feel for him. That's such a...
But a jump-off will take place here at Santa Anita Park.
That's right.
Today.
And guess what? A U.S. rider is going to win the jump-off.
That's right. Michael Whitaker. The wall, the Liverpool, took them both. And then a refusal.
Hard to say what happened to her in there, really, because she had jumped the 3 combination fine the first time.
Now he has a total of 11.
Oh, boy.
Puts him way out of the medal.
Yeah.
And that is heartbreak. The agony that this 24-year-old must feel at this point. A sellout crowd, standing room only on a very warm day. There is a breeze coming off the ocean. It's blocked, however, by the temporary stands here at Santa Anita.
British have to keep. Ronnie Massarella looks in a kind of resigned expression. He's had good days and bad days before, and he'll have some good days and bad days again. I'm sure that Ronnie can take it in his stride. I don't know why she's struggling through this combination as much as she is, because she's got good scope. Otherwise, she couldn't have jumped that enormous oxer. But I really feel for Michael. I think it was no failure of nerve on his part. He's a wonderfully steady, cool customer under pressure.
Great Britain with 2 silver medals in equestrian competition, behind the United States in the 3-day event, and behind the United States in team show jumping.
She comes to the last line now. Has down. She really just has fallen apart in this round. She ends up with 28.5 faults.
So what we have here now for the gold medal, 2 American riders, Conrad Homfeld and Joe Fargas. They own a farm together in Virginia. What could be more exciting? A course will be changed. They'll race against the clock. Don't go away. We'll be back at Santa Anita for action.
Got me a case of the 501 blues, here from my waist right down to my shoes. You ain't got it, not like me. It's my shrink to fit permanent identity. 501 blues, legendary 501 blues. Levi's Butterfly 501 blues. You know I got the 501 blues.
If your taco breaks apart when you bite it, try an Ortega taco. Not only won't an Ortega taco break apart, but every crunchy bite has an authentic fresh corn taste. That's because Ortega has corn-thenticity. Corn-thenticity because Ortega's made from real corn, not processed corn flour. Crunch into an Ortega taco. It won't break apart, and it gives you the fresh corn taste of Ortega. Corn-thenticity.
I'll be just a sec. Hey, fish are jumping, buddy. Let's go.
There's more for your life.
Just ran in to get what I need, but then I bumped into Harris Tweed.
There's more for your life at Sears.
I heard sound from a laser disc. What a surprise! And Converse Pro Stars, just my size. I could spend hours here. Oh, the guys!
There's more for your life.
Where you been? Shopping.
At Sears.
Every hero needs a woman.
I hear guys like you are dangerous.
Laughlin Tower, this is Eagle 1 on the mark. Ready for takeoff?
And a family.
Let me see. Hey, don't be grabby.
It's more than an anchor.
How close is Cuba to Texas? Is there going to be a war?
The whole world knows what you're doing up there, including those gunners on the ground.
Every second counts for those who answer the call to glory. A major television event premiering tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
You're looking at the profile of a 20th century driver. I'm careful, responsible, and because I'm insured by 20th Century, I'm saving a lot of money. I'm also proud that I qualified for their insurance. Because you see, 20th Century only insures careful, responsible drivers. Like me.
Do you fit our profile? Call 800-443-3100, the 20th Century Insurance Company.
TED News is expanding September 10th, and weather is going to play a big part. I'll be giving you a complete updated forecast on our new 4:30 first edition. Then at 5 and again at 6, my staff, and you're looking at it, will give you the complete weather picture, grunion, runs, and all. Hey, as long as we're expanding, how about my office?
Live coverage from the convention next week.
Well, it's hard to believe that the show jumping has come down to this, a two-way jump-off now competition going on for the gold medal, and we're going to go back to Santa Anita Park for that equestrian show jumping event in just a moment. But let me tell you that so far these games have basically been uneventful, but we have had an accident this afternoon. Down on the Harbor Freeway, a helicopter crashed, which is right next to, and the crash site was right next to the LA Coliseum at the Exposition Boulevard turnoff. 3 people were on board. 2 only had minor injuries, and luckily no cars, no other people in that area were hit at the time. Now, this site is near the LA Coliseum, which is the location for tonight's closing ceremonies, and as you can see, traffic is starting to build up in that area. The helicopter was that of a California Highway Patrol carrying 3 men on board. As I said before, only 2 had minor injuries. And really, if you look at how the possibilities for tragedy in this event, if it came possibly maybe 2 hours later, there you see the helicopter, I think that's the south side or the Harbor Freeway, right next to Exposition Boulevard turnoff. So you see that the possibilities for some tragedy was completely abated. So now, we have a group of men with us in our studio, which are very happy and wearing a lot of gold. Here's Frankie.
Indeed they are, Kathleen. You know, it was the first time in Olympic history that the U.S. took home a medal in men's volleyball, and that medal was a gold one. 2 games up and ahead of Brazil in the third and final game, 13-6. Let's take a look at the end of that game, the happy end of many years of hard work.
Right on top of Brazil, they haven't really let them in the game. They haven't let Brazil get high emotionally like they usually do. Ball is out. Match point, USA. Serving for the gold medal in volleyball. Hit off the block. Why is
the crowd down quickly here.
Bob, you have to be impressed with the play of this USA team tonight. They're handling Brazil very easily.
Leading 14-6. Brazil serving. Another jump serve. There's an effective one. That's the serve that has given the United States so much trouble. Let's take another look at that.
This is only their second ace of the night. They had 11 on the last time these two teams played. That's the big difference.
Let's keep in mind that this is the U.S. team that is for real. They beat the Soviet Union 4 times in a row in the Soviet Union in May.
But they have to be considered the top team in the world until they play the Soviets, and the Soviets prove otherwise.
DeWilliers coming in, replacing Pat Powers in the back line to serve. Serving for the match. United States 14, Brazil 7 for the gold medal. Might be some perspiration off the floor. Mark Waldy in the United States, serving from the back line. For the gold medal.
The U.S. coach has done a great job of preparing this U.S. team after a devastating defeat 3 days ago.
Rossman setting to Silva in the corner. Good play by Brazil. Brazil needs a run now to get back in this match. Down 15-6, 15-6, and 14-7 in the third. Mario Shundo, a player they go to for their big hits when they're in trouble. And he serves into the net. That's the 15th serving mistake by Brazil. The best serving team in the world. Match point again. Steve Timmons served for the United States. De Silva to Barrett, to Rossman. Tells the story. The United States has won the gold medal.
Joining me now are two very happy and deserving medal winners, Karch Kihei and Dusty Dvorak, and of course the head coach, Doug Beal, who doesn't get a gold medal but a lot of satisfaction. Dusty, let me start with you. First of all, they blew you away on Monday night. You turned around and blew them away. I mean, the whole thing is kind of mind-blowing. Is there any one significant thing you can say that turned this whole thing around?
Well, I think last night we were playing for the gold, and you know, we came out and played our game, and you know, we weren't settling for anything less than a gold medal.
Could you feel an emotional difference from the last Monday night?
Definitely. When we played them Monday night, it didn't really matter if we won or lost. We were still in the semis. They had a must-win situation to make the medal round, and so we were definitely much more intense and ready to play last night.
Karch, Tom Selleck, the honorary captain, was justifiably proud, I guess, but he almost popped his PI last night when he kept pointing out that didn't matter about the boycott because you guys had defeated the Soviets in the spring. I think 4 straight games. Did this make this a little sweeter for you?
We're lucky to be together year-round like this because we get the chance to tour with a lot of those teams. Unlike the basketball team, they really didn't get to play some of the other teams, although they are obviously the best team in the world too. But we're lucky in that we get to tour around, and we proved that we beat Russia 4 straight. We've beaten Bulgaria about 8 straight now. We've beaten Poland 11 out of 13, and we beat Cuba 6 times. This was all in the last year, and those were the 4 teams that.
And you're wearing the gold medal. And I know all of you realize one thing, Doug. We have to go back to the show jumping and the equestrian, but I want to ask you, you have to feel good about what this is going to do for volleyball as a sport around the world, literally.
Yeah, I think, you know, everything's just worked out perfectly for us here at the games. We got great coverage. The team played well. We accomplished everything we wanted when we set the program up. You know, it's a great group of guys, and, you know, I couldn't be happier for everybody involved in the program.
Couldn't be happier for you. Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. Again, congratulations on the gold. We're going back now to Santa Anita and Chris Schenkel. Chris?
Watch this course, Chris. You really want to see what they have to do.
All right, now in a 3-way jump off for the bronze, Heidi Robiani. Heidi will be jumping off on a much shorter course against the clock. Mario Delorier and Bruno Candrian of Switzerland.
Now to the big oxer again.
6 fences, 7 jumping efforts. Remember, coming up, a jump off for the gold and silver between 2 Americans, Fargas and Holmfeld.
And in the event of equality of fault this time decides.
Look at the gallop.
And the turn back to the last combination.
Heidi Robiani, one of two women in this field. She is in at 53.39 and a clear round.
Imagine entering a world of mystery, passion, and terror that has never been seen before. The world of your dreams. Dreamscape. When you close your eyes, the adventure begins. Dreamscape, rated PG-13, starts Wednesday at a selected theater near you.
When a hurricane this strong hit Houston, Houston found out you need an insurance company this strong behind you. Within hours, an Aetna task force was coming, over 100 strong, from round the country, assigned to the hardest hit, paying 1,000 claims a day and more, going the extra mile to put the people, the companies, the schools back in business.
Aetna, we're glad we met you.
And a three-way time jump off for the bronze medal here in individual Grand Prix show jumping. Mario Delaurier of Canada up next. Heidi Robiani, who just finished a clear round, 53.9 seconds.
Aramis goes inside the fence that Heidi went around, jumps 6 at a big angle, and it proves to be a little bit too much and has it down. Hard to be really fast with a horse that takes a very long stride like this, because he gets strung out and gets into a stride so long that he can't jump the fences. So he was trying to do it by angling fences instead.
Now the big oxer 3 in a jump off for the bronze medal. 2 Americans for the gold and silver coming up. Holmfeld and Farges.
But Mario already can't catch Heidi, because Heidi with Jessica was clear in the dazzling time of 53.39 seconds.
Out of medal contention. Mario Delaurier, a lot of time left, 19 years old. Heidi Robiani, clear around 53.9 seconds. His time, 57.07. But he is out of it. There's one left for the bronze. There is Heidi Robiani of Switzerland. All she could do is hope and wait. We'll be back.
Dad? Which side this Crispix cereal is the crispiest, the rice or the corn?
The corn, son.
How do you know, Dad?
Because we're from Iowa, son.
I think the rice side is the crispiest.
Hogwash.
But Crispix is supposed to be good and crispy on both sides.
Both sides are real crispy. Tasty, too. But around here, everybody knows which side's the crispiest.
The rice, definitely.
The rice.
Kellogg's Crispix is crispy times 2.
We're changing the name of Datsun to Nissan.
I hope you're not changing all that room.
No, all we're changing is our name. From now on, we're Nissan.
I hope you're not changing that great performance, Datsun. Nissan.
We wouldn't dream of it. All we're changing is our name.
Okay, from now on, you're Nissan.
Come alive, come and drive. Major motion from Nissan.
The name is Nissan.
This is Bruno Candrian of Switzerland going against his country person, Heidi Robiani, who had a clear round, 53.9 seconds. So, Heidi Robiani of Switzerland, Bill, wins the bronze medal. One of the 2 women in the field, the other being Melanie Smith. Now going to the third fence with 1 knockdown, 4 penalty points.
So Heidi is home high and dry with the first individual medal ever won by a woman in the equestrian jumping events.
And for Switzerland, it is their second bronze. They had 1 gold.
And she did it with our mare, Chris.
That's right, Jessica.
We love Jessica right from the beginning, and now everybody can see why.
And I have a feeling Jessica is going back to Switzerland with that bronze medal. So the appreciative round of applause for another Swiss equestrian, Bruno Candrian, with 2 knockdowns, 8 penalty points, but of no consequence to the medals. All right, Heidi Robiani, that 33-year-old lady from Switzerland. She is in the Italian part of Switzerland. On her mare Jessica, the combination has won the bronze medal. The rider gets the bronze. The horse only gets a ribbon. So now coming up, it'll be Conrad Homfeld against his partner and teammate, Joe Fargis, for the gold and silver. Only one time in the history of the equestrian sports for the United States has the USA won an individual gold, and that was in '68. My colleague Bill Steinkraus did it. So he's going to be joined today. But by whom?
By whom indeed. And they've also won the individual silver, and that was way back in 1932 in Los Angeles when Harry D. Chamberlain and Showgirl made that wonderful individual result.
And we should point out sort of a recap of the equestrian events, as this is the final competition. The three-day event gold, as we look at the Duke of Edinburgh in the center, Prince Philip. And on the left, Fritz Widmer, Executive Secretary of the International Equestrian Federation, Prince Philip being the president. All right, Abdullah. Abdullah looks good walking in that direction. Bill Steinkraus. This is a fine competitor.
He just can't go any better than he went in the last round. This time, all he can do is to go a little bit faster. He can't go more beautifully. I would say both Conrad Homfeld and Joe Fargis are excellent riders against the clock. I don't know, they've discussed tactics so much together that it's very, very hard to say who has the edge, if any.
Now, they both have a gold because of the United States winning the show jumping team gold. Well, in the three-day event, a team gold for the USA and an individual silver for Karen Stives. Dressage, no medals. And as I mentioned, a team gold in show jumping, Fargis, Homfeld, Smith, and Leslie Burr. 6 fences, 7 jumping efforts because of 10A and B, and against the clock for the gold and silver medals. The finale here at Santa Anita, which has been a superb venue for the equestrian events, where Seabiscuit became famous as a dauntless thoroughbred, affirmed the Triple Crown winner from here. And now Conrad Homfeld and Abdullah, that 14-year-old gray stallion, and they've only been together since January.
That's right. What a good combination they've forged in those intervening months, however. From trial to trial in the Olympic trials, they went better and better and better. At the very first, I think Abdullah didn't really trust Conrad, but now his trust is obviously complete. I think they raised a couple of these fences because they're jumping off clear rounds. So it's going to be awfully hard to get a clear round, especially with speed being such an important factor.
5 fences to go. Conrad Homfeld. There's Joe Fargis watching.
Oh,
and a fence is down. At 6.
You see how critical the position in which you go can be in the Olympic Games. That does give Joe an advantage. He knows exactly what he has to do.
Third course he's had to ride today. You'd think it'd get lost, but they keep the red to their right. The red flags at the fence. But even with that, you wonder. Joe
Turning
Fargis
back now to the big combination at the end. Where does he dare turn to make good time?
42, 43 seconds now. Head to head, Homfeld and Fargis. 2 knockdowns, 8, and the time, 51.03. 51.03 seconds with 8 faults. Now, it's very simple, isn't it, Bill?
That's right. Now he's in my spot. He's in the spot that I was in Mexico. Not in a jump-off. I was able to do that just in the second round. But he knows that he has a fault to play with. And he is such a steady rider under pressure that I don't think there's any way he's going to blow it.
In other words, he can knock down 1 fence, Joe Fargis, and win the gold.
That's right. If he has the first fence down, he might want to be a little bit quick and see if he can get the time. The time is not desperately fast either. Although notice that without ever galloping, he went in 51.03. If I were Joe, I would certainly try to jump 6. I would come a little bit wide to 6 and take my risk later on in the course.
Bill, I didn't have to be reminded of the popularity of horses in the United States, where the population is 12 million, 8 million registered with breed associations. And beginning with President Ronald Reagan, he knows what the outside of a horse making the inside of a man feel good. And with the number of fans here, your sport is getting increasingly popular, and we can all see why.
I think it's a fabulous sport. There are people who say this is an elitist sport and so forth. With all the backyard horses there are in the United States, that's nonsense. This is a sport for everybody who loves sport.
ABC does the world feed, and in the world there are 150 million horses. 150 million horses in the world. So, here comes that mare that we love, Touch of Class, and Joe Fargis. Head-to-head against his partner, his teammate, and this afternoon in this jump-off, certainly a rival.
Certainly a rival. Certainly a rival. I must say that Joe has been one of the most generous competitors you could ever ride against. He's always had a low profile. He's really been almost a self-effacing person. He's a very modest person, but he's a very beautiful rider.
Selectors this year, the United States Equestrian team, what a job they had. More depth than you can imagine, but they had to pick 4 in this discipline, and that was tough. They did it by trials. This is one of the 4.
That's absolutely right. We had to leave 4 world-class riders in the East without even letting them come to California, and we had to leave a world-class rider in the stands in the Nations Cup in the form of Van Krzinski. But we also have some world-class riders in competition. And here is a round that I'm going to watch with so much interest, I don't think I can talk, Chris. You tell me what happened.
I'll take it over. Cleared 1. This 11-year-old thoroughbred mare at Santa Anita. That's the one that Homefeld knocked down. Or now he'll make the big turn to come to the fence. It was Mark II in the second round course. And then clear.
He's still got to jump this big oxer. This big oxer is tough, and the last fence, 10B, is tough.
A rub? It doesn't count. He's still clear. 33 seconds. Now the sailboat. She got away.
She's just skimming over the fences behind, but she's leaving them all up, and she's doing it in a beautiful style. Where is he going to turn back to this big combination?
He's going to take a big bend.
He's going for the clear round. He's going to let the time take care of itself, and that's the smart move to make.
There it is, gold medal. Tells the story. Gold for Fargis, silver for Homefeld, bronze for Robiani.
And you know what that means, Chris? That means that in 5 rounds in the Olympic Games, over enormous fences, he's never had a single fence down.
Let's listen. There is no venue where the applause is as explosive as here. It's like being at Carnegie Hall following a performance by a wonderful artist. And he has been this week, Joe Fargis. 2 gold medals, team and individual.
Yes, I correct myself. He had the 1 fence down, but what a wonderful performance this mare has put up this week. Just unbelievable. All 16 hands of her. She probably doesn't weigh 1,000 pounds.
His partner and teammate, Conrad Homefeld, waiting for him. Look at that smile of satisfaction. Thus, the equestrian events have ended. Only
what
the
a way to
presentation.
end this.
And the United States equestrian team, the coaches, the grooms, they must be congratulated because they practically swept it all except dressage.
You see everything.
And I
together,
guess
it would be wrong if you wouldn't have won it. It would have really.
Now there's Homefeld.
Super.
Raimondo Denzeo, winner at Rome in 1960, congratulates him.
We'll be back to talk to Joe Fargis, gold medal winner, Homefeld the silver. But first, let's take this pause and catch our breath.
Hey.
Was that you, Grandpa?
Years ago, honey.
Did you have M&Ms years ago?
Sure did.
Special times are meant to share, and M&M's
chocolate candies are there. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Jump today?
Not today. All the world loves M&M's. Pure milk chocolate joy for everyone.
M&M's chocolate candies. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
To dribble from New York to LA, you've got to have a dream.
Converse. Go for more. Reach. Reach for the stars. Reach for Converse.
Converse, the official athletic shoe of the 1984 Olympic Games.
This week, twice as much Family Feud fun with Richard Dawson and your all-time favorite TV families. It's a week of specials with the Brady Bunch, Petticoat Junction, Your Hit Parade, and Leave It to Beaver. And on Loving, Shayna makes a choice.
If you let Jim live, I promise that I'll give him up to you forever. Because I love him that much.
Then stay tuned for an additional half hour of Family Feud fun with Richard Dawson. Family Feud Celebrity Special, Loving Family Feud. All starting at 11:10 Central and Pacific this week.
Through the happiness and tears, we've been with you through the years. We're with you. When you feel joy and love, we feel it too. We're with you. When hopes and promises come shining through, we're with you.
The people of ABC News, uniquely quiet.
As I said, that's the real move. Only the spaceship has been created. And now,
methinks we have a visitor.
The alien himself. That is no one on stilts. That is a man 7 feet 8 inches tall.
Limitless possibilities of human achievement. For almost 100 years, you have celebrated the best that humanity has to offer. You call it the Olympic Games. And for that, and for the cities which have kept the Olympic ideal alive, I salute you.
Just as suddenly, he's gone. And the fireworks begin. Here for the United States, Australia, China, and Japan. Japanese display we'll be seeing, they say, cost $500,000.
We honor the site of the first Olympiad in 1896
Athens, Greece, where the race for the gold began.
There'll be a salute, a fireworks display for each of the cities where the Olympic Games have been held. Tommy Walker, the man who put all this show together under David Wolper, says, I hope they can see them in San Francisco. Maybe they will tonight. Next should be Paris.
Hosts to the 2nd and 8th Olympiad.